Hello, YouTubers, scrappers, and any casual visitors. This is part 3 to the old computer store processing all the inventory that I have gathered up. Now, if you're just joining me, parts 1 and 2 are available on my channel. Just go to Shark Scrapper and hit that subscribe button. Go ahead and like this while you're at it. You might as well. And then click on that bell with the all indicator so you don't miss any of the future episodes. All right, this one turned out to be a little bit weird, so let's get into it and figure out what happened. So, I'm just going to pull these out and see if they're all power cords, and then I can cut the ends off later on. Power cords. Power cords, power cords, power cords. Yes. Oh, look at that. He boxed up some nicely, wrapped some up nicely for me. Yes, these are all power cords. All the way, a whole box of them. Okay, so these will all get processed. You know, we'll snip off the plug-ins for the brass, and yeah, that's it. They're all power cords. We even have a few that are still new, but that doesn't mean anything with power cords. Okay, so that box was boring. Let's see what this box gives us. Some old newspaper stuff here. Adventure Team. Oh, it's a big athletic bag. A big canvas bag, kind of heavy duty. That might come in handy, I don't know. That's just a big bag. Nice big open end to it. Let's see, we've got a Jags. Got a couple of old Jags posters, if there's any Jags fans out there. This is interesting. How does this stuff end up in a computer store? I don't get that. Teddy bear. Made in China. God, I feel like I've just bought a storage unit, not a... Yeah, it's in there. Teddy bear. All right, well, I'm not thinking that there's... we got some little ducks. We got some little ducks in here. Got a phallic symbol, some old rocket, the satellite bank. Sounds like there's a couple coins in there. Oh, look at that. You put that down, you run that down, and you put your coin in there. And yeah, that's funny. I don't know. I'll look this up. Depending upon, I don't see an age on here anywhere. So I don't know if there's any vintage value to that or not. That's weird. Let's see, what do we got here? We have Sophie Ann. About the only thing that I can see of any value here is that appears to be gold paint, which means nothing because it could just be gold paint. There's no real markings that suggest that that's valuable in any way. Here's one that's broken, and here's another spaceship piggy bank. Okay, well, boy, that was useless. Here's a couple of fans. All right, and a little kitty cat. Are you kidding me? All right, well, Ay. That was unexpected. And not in a good way. Let's see, what do we got in here? Alright, so we've got some mousies and some power cords. Alright, mouse, power cord, an empty DVD spool, a mouse. Alright, light up drinkable bubble rocks. Alright, so he warned me about these. These are shot glasses, drink glasses. Alright, and you put a little button cell battery down here, and then they light up. So this is definitely an eBay item. And we'll see if there's any eBay interest in this stuff. Alright, and then these are the same thing, only they are cubes, flashing ice cubes. Alright, so put in water, flashes automatically. Yeah, I'm gonna drink something that goes in, right? I don't know. I'll see if see, there's some contacts there, but they're heavily corroded, so something tells me these guys aren't going to work anymore. Yeah, that sucks. All right, well, I also got some battery backups. 3. Get over here. So 3 battery backups, so at least there'll be some batteries in here. And hello, little spider, go away. So we'll work on those. It's going to be a boring scrap day as far as the computer store is concerned. Big stack of insulated copper wire to trim off the ends and throw it in container. 3 battery backups to scrap down, and the lights. This power supply backup is metal, so that's good. That's kind of cool. Where the battery comes out. So there's one battery. We'll have a few of those batteries to come out. Steel shell, shred, power board. So on this power board, of course, we got the plug. We can break that open to get the copper out and the brass. Solid core copper wire here I can see from the connection. So we'll take that out. Some heat sinks on some coppery brass looking MOSFETs. Some ICs. This is an older power board, so those ICs might be worth pulling off and setting aside. And then of course transformer. So, you know, not a bad low-grade power board as far as low-grade boards go. These MOSFETs I'll definitely be pulling off. Nice coppery sheen to the metal on them. All right, let's get after this one. Plug in, insulated copper wire, that's a fuse. I don't see, ah, there they are. I knew there had to be some screws around here somewhere. Well, that long guy didn't stick around very long. Okay, we've got some nice big chunky aluminum heat sinks. Wow, that's just blocks of aluminum there. So I'm definitely going to pull those off. Some coppery looking MOSFETs, so we'll pull those off. A socket IC, so we're going to pull that out. Nice copper coil there. A top hat oscillator. So another good old kind of power board that's got some additional value on it. Yeah, this will probably be some sort of low grade push button tactile switchboard, something like that. Not even tactile switches, just some lights and a power switch. And there's some brass or copper inside of there, so we'll dig around in there. Plastic. All right, now then, you monster. All right, hammer time. I love hammer time. Hammer time is so much fun. That is one big knocking transformer. And it's covered in paper. The windings appear to be copper, but of course we won't know until we actually get at some of them. So I'll do that off camera and let you know if we have any issues. Let's get you off of there. All right, so another nice transformer. So I gotta decide if I want to get inside of these for the brass or just let it go. I don't know. We'll see. I'm gonna set them aside for right now because they're easy enough to get at least these top ones are. Because you just pinch the sides and push them through. See, the See those sides right there? You push those sides in and then you can just push it right through the housing. Let's see, looks like a fuse. So, no, actually I think that was a switch. All right. Go. Some more insulated copper wire. And then you can see how that just pushes out the other end. And then plastic trash. Garbage. All right. Last one. Heavy mother too. Plug, brass, insulated copper wire. All right, let's see. Where are your screws? Okay, you got a few things going on here. One, got to loosen these guys up. You look brass, but you're not. While I'm getting the screws out of this thing and opening this up, I just wanted to once again ask you to go ahead and like this video, subscribe to my channel, go ahead and hit the bell, and don't forget to get that all indicator so you don't miss any episodes either of me working on the inventory from this computer store or any of the really interesting either street scraps or specific items that I scrap. All right, let's get back to it. Yeah then. Be free. Let go. All right, first things first, let's get this lower assembly done. That's where the batteries were. For the big transformer board. Alright, we'll get the transformer out of the way first. Nice big heavy transformer. A lot of weight, and it appears to be copper, but again, we won't know for sure until we get in and put a little scratching and stuff on these guys. Looks like copper, I don't know. We'll see. Gotta test it. Not solid core, braided, so it goes in the insulated bucket. So, let's see, get this wire out of here. These connectors, little coax connectors. I can't tell if those are gold plated or just brass. I'm going to play around with those a little bit, set those aside. Plastic trash. All right, now Alright, so this power board has some ICs to take off, a aluminum heatsink, another couple aluminum heat sinks here. These are big chunky ones with some MOSFETs that have some copper edge to them, so probably pull those off. And those are diodes, not capacitors. So yeah, so we got some MOSFETs here with the copper brassy color, excuse me. Hopefully you can see those, and the ICs, the aluminum heat sinks, and otherwise a power board. So I'm going to depopulate this. Oh, another MOSFET with heatsink. So I'll do some depopulating on this before I submit it as a low-grade board. And these are plugs, so there's going to be some brass hiding underneath of here. And a low-grade board of some sort. Yeah, so a tactile switch and some lights, no big deal there. Just chuck that right into the low grades. And then there's the brass connectors. So, you know, I'll snip off where there's no solder so that it's clean, and then throw that in the brass bucket. Those were the battery backup surge suppressors. 3 power boards, low grade, but there's some good stuff to pull off of those. 1, 2, 3, 4 batteries. That I'm going to leave together. Hopefully they'll count that as 1 battery, because my yard limits us to 2 batteries at a time. So I just have a milk crate that I put the batteries in, and every time I go in I take 2 with me. A little bit of shred from the first one I did. But the others were all mostly plastic, so blah. Got some brass out of one of them that had some nice brass connectors. We've got some switches that might have silver contacts in them, otherwise there's liable to be some brass inside there. These guys here will be a little bit of brass, and then of course there's all the screws that'll go into the shred. Transformers. So we've got the 3 transformers here. Go in the transformer bucket until I break them open and bust them down, and then I'm going to end up with a whole bunch of these today as I get to processing all this stuff. All right, everybody, have a great day. I'm going to work on some cords. Cord food. Hey everybody, so we got the 3rd load of stuff back, and I wanted to point out this box in particular because as you'll see, there was some weird stuff in this third load of things from the old computer store that I started digging through. But this one, you know, is interesting because it's all software. And I just thought I would take a couple minutes here and kind of go through these real quick and see what we're dealing with here, get your thoughts. So it's a mix of games and functional software, or, you know, support type stuff. So, you know, Manic Sports. Now, unfortunately, this one's open and looks like it's been chewed on a little bit, so I don't think that this is going to sell well on eBay. But there's some other games in here, like this one, Tempest 2000, Deadlock, MDK. Now, unfortunately, this one was also opened. The others are still in their original shrink wrap. This one was opened. The War Collection. That could be interesting. Doonesbury. Election Game. That could be fun right now, huh? Oh, let's see. But then we get something like this. Netphone 2. Place calls from your computer to a telephone anywhere in the world. See, so now I'm thinking this is probably an example of something that has no value today. You know, it's not like it has some sort of vintage appeal to someone like the games might. This is just, you know, functional software that people would have had for their office back before we had all the modern communication capability we have now. What do we got here? Ascendancy game. Another Netphone. Get rid of you. Power Utilities. Best-selling utility programs. Remove it. Fast Move. Lightning, Norton Antivirus. See here, again, this one probably has absolutely no value today. You know, even for the vintage collector type folks. Lights, Camera, Action. America's Funniest Home Videos. That'll be interesting. I don't know. That one, there's 3 of those, so you know, we'll check that on eBay. Millennium Action. Got 1, 2, 3 of those. Terminator. Now, that might have some value on the eBay market. Franchise Opportunities. Your guide to hundreds of business opportunities. That's not going to sell today unless somebody just gets it as a joke for someone. Out of This World, that's open, so that's not worth it. And Roger Wilco, The Next Mutation. That might be fun for old collectors. Oh, and look at that. There's some Gillette Track 2s. So if anybody has an old Gillette Track 2, let me know, and we'll see what we can do to help you out here. So, as you can see, there were some unusual items in this load of the stuff that I brought back to process. Well, I still have plenty more stuff in that storage locker that needs to come home and get processed, so I hope you join me again for the rest of dealing with this old computer store inventory.